Drew and I really wanted to make a classical horror film. And, House of Wax is all very well, but basically your classical horror film isn't in 3D, especially because when we say classical, we're talking more about the 70s and 80s than any other genre, although we love them all. And it was always meant to have a more sort of old-fashioned style to it and not be in your face in a 3D way.
And you had Chris Hemsworth before he became Thor. Did he get you the job on the Avengers?
Yes, I begged, but it was Thor who got me the job. On Avengers, no. Ken Branagh actually called me while we were making Cabin to talk about Chris, because he was considering him for Thor, and then I had the pleasure a couple of years later of calling Kenneth and saying, well, what's he like as Thor? Because I got to do that now. It was just pure coincidence, but a very happy one. Chris is awesome.
And writing the script, thinking about a cabin in the woods genre to the horror movies, what kind of challenges did you guys have not falling into convention? And then what was the approach that you guys had to kind of make it your own?
Well, the idea that we had was, from the start, unconventional. It's a cabin in the woods movie, but it's also a lot more. So we knew we weren't worried about falling into convention. It's really just finding the line where you can comment on the thing that you're seeing without actually breaking the fourth wall, without making people step away from the movie, keeping them involved while you're sort of tearing apart what they're seeing.
And has the Avengers stuff just become insane at this point? How do you keep yourself paced for it?
The Avengers, it's a big old train, but it's on a track, and we're nearing the end. So, I'm in pretty good shape considering. I lost my mind, but that was actually several years ago.
There's worse problems to have your movie come out a little later than you thought it was going to. We're really happy because we ended up at the best possible place. I mean, that led us here to South by Southwest. And so from that point of view, all delays were good. We're actually in the right place at the right time right now.
It also allowed Chris Hemsworth to become a huge star.
That's a bonus. It's nice when your cast goes on to become to become gods.
Are you taller than him? Like you guys are tall as hell.
I'm taller than Thor. Please pass that on. Please let somebody know that.
Now, who's more ripped? You're ripped. You're more ripped.
Clearly, I'm more ripped, but I cover it up with lots of skin and flap. But under there, I really put Thor to shame.
Were you able to work on anything in the interim for this movie coming out, or were you just basically waiting for this? You're probably writing. You came from a writing background.
I came from a writing background, so I did a lot of screenwriting in between. It was no big deal. I just switched hats.
Anything we can expect coming out? Like, what are some of the next projects?
We've got an adaptation of Robopocalypse for Steven Spielberg coming out. Starts shooting in September, and that's it.
And anything you're going to get behind the lens of?
Let's hope. Nothing we can announce yet, but let's hope so.
Would you ever do a comic book movie, or is that just a hack move?
It's a total hack move. Who would ever direct a comic book movie?
Are you ready for the geeks to fall in love with you?
I'm so excited for the geeks. Yeah, well, I'm excited for the geeks to fall in love with the film. Like, I reckon this is it. Yeah.
But if they fall in love with you, it gets scary.
I don't know. I was a Power Ranger, so...
You were?
Yeah, I was a Yellow Ranger.
They're already in love with you.
Oh, yes. All right. Okay, so we've got relationships happening right now.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. I'm so excited.
Okay. Yeah, so Yellow is a good one. Yeah, Rangers, Cabin in the Woods, I think it's a good life.
Did you apply any of the Ranger powers to this movie?
There was one day when we were filming and there was a girl wearing the same outfit as me, and I was kind of like, oh, have they got like a double in here or something like that? And they were like, that's your stunt double. And I was like, oh, hell no, I didn't do all that training at Power Rangers for nothing. So I made sure that girl had a very quiet day. I did all the stunts myself. Well, there's a stunt in it. You'll see, it's me.